Well, good evening, everyone. So, this is Bearded Sloth here again with another video. Just to have some thoughts of the day. Left out of the house this morning. Um, it's Monday, June 1st, 2020. Right in the midst of the protests. And not so many protests. A lot of riots. A lot of looting. A lot of lawlessness going on. I'm sitting here right now. I am just east of Indianapolis at a rest area. I drove about 550 miles total today. Pretty easy day. Mostly two-lane highways. I saw some National Guard convoy moving down US 6 in Ohio today. Just east of somewhere between Bowling Green and Edgerton. Don't remember exactly where. Really, if I didn't listen to the news, I'd have no clue anything was going on today. Which a part of me kind of wishes I didn't listen to the news, and then I could be at peace, right? But I think that's a problem that I think a lot of Americans face, is they just have no idea what's going on. And so if you have no idea there's a problem, then you're not going to try to be part of the solution. That's just my thought. That's exactly what this channel is going to be, is just random thoughts. Tomorrow I'm going to have to drive through Indianapolis, if it still exists by the morning, and St. Louis. I got some stops tomorrow I got to do. I got to deliver in smaller towns in Illinois and pick up in a smaller town, so that should go okay. I spent most of the day today in Ohio, and very small towns mostly. I took a route around Columbus, Ohio, just so I didn't have to risk any protesters on the interstate. That brings up a subject. So there was a truck driver in, I think it was Minneapolis, St. Paul, one of them. And he, from what I can tell from the video, it looks like he came over the hill full speeds, and there's protesters on the top of the hill now. My understanding is that that road was supposed to be barricaded off, or was barricaded off, and he ignored it, and don't know what his intention was. He did stop. Nobody got ran over. Nobody got hurt, other than him. He did get dragged out by the protesters and beat up, and then some of the protesters, or rioters, or whatever you want to call them. There's definitely a difference there between the two. We need to distinguish between the two also, I think. Anyways, so they arrested that driver. I don't know all the details of it, but that's just kind of the stuff from my industry as a truck driver, just the things you hear about and see. And of course, I'm part of some trucking Facebook groups and things like that. So, and you get all sides there. Truckers, we got good truckers, we got bad truckers, we got Democrat truckers, we got Republican truckers, we got all kinds, just like America, and that's a good thing. I like diversity. I like people having their own thoughts. I do believe there's a right way and a wrong way, however. I think God sets out a right way to do things, for sure. I know my initial reaction when I think of protesters and coming up to a road blockage, honestly, my initial reaction as a fallen human being, right, a sinning human being, my natural reaction is, well, just run them over. It's not going to solve anything. That's not what we're supposed to do. It's really not. And I understand that. I do. Emotions can run, right? Adrenaline, things like that. I don't want to run anybody over. I don't want to hurt anybody. I want to be a very peaceful person. That's for sure. I want us all to live in peace to a point. But there is a right, there is a wrong. There's an American culture, right? We have an understanding. Same thing. Like we understand that. Well, we used to understand, anyways. You see a woman, a lady, coming up to a doorway about the same time as you. Of course, you hold the door open for them, and that was just an understanding. And I think that's a culture thing. And I think we have a lot of different cultures in America, and that's okay. I personally like a lot of the foods we have: Chinese food, Mexican food, Italian food. It's not my favorite, but you know what I'm saying. But anyways, so the diversity, the culture differences, and I think there is a different culture in certain segments of our society, certain parts of town. For instance, I live in the country. I definitely see things differently than even like my parents that live in the city or on the lake or a certain part of town, right? Everybody talks about the one side of town. That's all across the country. Or the east side or west side, north side, south side. I don't know about all that, but I do know that we segregate ourselves, right? We see ourselves as, well, our way. That's what works for us, and that's the right way. But really, it needs to be God's way. What does God want us to do? I think about that stuff. But anyways, so yep, it was a pretty boring day for me as far as driving. Pretty easy. It was a beautiful day, gorgeous day. Not too hot, sunny. A little bit of clouds there coming when I got closer around Columbus. I did get an alert on my phone saying there was a curfew in Columbus, which there's curfews all across this country right now. I'm not looking forward to any big city deliveries or driving. I don't want to come up to the situation where I'm stopped on the interstate. I think if you're going to protest and you have a legit protest, I think that's a good thing. We need to be heard, right? Kind of this COVID thing, I would be one, if it got too far, I'd be out there protesting against our governors and some of our elected officials and some of their decisions they're making. And to me, it seemed like they were taking rights away. Rights that are supposed to be protected. So, I get protesting. I'm all about protesting, actually. You got to stand up for the right things. The problem is you can't. Don't be standing on the interstate. Don't be breaking stuff. Don't throw things. Don't be violent. You're never going to be heard doing all those things. I'm definitely not listening to you when you're doing all that ruckus. I don't. I really, this, even the protest part of this, I understand. Cop in Minneapolis, that's horrendous. That video is horrendous. Absolutely. I get it. It's wrong. But we have a justice system. It's being taken care of. It really is. It's gonna play out. I get it. New autopsy came out. Don't know what to think there. I also heard that there was some drugs in that man's system, but I don't think that's what killed him. So, anyways, we'll leave it at that. I'm hoping to bring you some more just random thoughts. I'll try not to be on here too much. Nobody wants to see that much of me. I'll probably, like I said before, do some overlay, just talking. I was going to do this outside, but it's a nice little park area and rest area I'm at, and I could have sat out there, but what I talk about is going to be controversial, right? There's all kinds of people walk up. I'm a little scared of my safety. I just recently lost 70 pounds. I'm a lot lighter. People look at me differently. I don't think people are scared of me as much as maybe before. I'm just a big teddy bear anyways, but I don't want to hurt anybody. But yeah, so I decided to just do this in my truck. I'm hoping to do more outside. I don't want to get too one-sided on anything, but this is wrong. We need to protect America. We need to protect what we have, what we've built, what we work for. And I need to move this truck. I need to get it. You guys need your potato chips. I mean, come on. Doritos are important. I know y'all can agree on that. Except for I don't eat Doritos anymore. That's how I lost 70 pounds. Alright, with that, y'all have a good night. Bearded Sloth signing out.